Hello, everyone. My name is Sydney Burgess. I'm a Health Studies Master of Science student here at TWU. For this presentation, we're going to highlight a health behavior that we all know and love, especially from the pandemic days: proper hand washing. So we'll go over the benefits of this behavior and how we can use social cognitive theory, or SCT, to teach children how to wash their hands. I've always been pretty passionate about laying the foundation for healthy habits early while kids are young, so that it becomes kind of second nature for them to implement throughout life. So although this is a life skill for everyone of all ages, it's also a healthy behavior to keep us safe just in general. So it's best for everyone to learn and to start early. So for our agenda today, we'll start off by giving some background on the behavior and the connection to health issues. Then we'll define the theoretical framework and discuss the key concepts. And finally, we'll dive into what it looks like to see this theory in action. In week 13 of the 2023-2024 flu season, ranging from October 1st, 2023 to March 30th, 2024, 7 flu-related pediatric deaths were recorded, and that was just that week alone. And by the end of the season, a total of 133 deaths were recorded. In addition to that, worldwide, the 2 leading causes of death for kids under age 5 are diarrheal illnesses and pneumonia. So one might ask, well, how does this happen? How did I possibly get infected? Well, our hands are body parts that are heavily involved in our day-to-day life. I mean, we're constantly touching objects, opening, closing, holding things that other people have probably interacted with as well. So when germs get on our hands that come in contact with portals such as our eyes, our mouths, they can spread. Well, luckily, the practice of hand washing is an awesome way to get rid of those germs and has been proven by the CDC to prevent 1 in 3 diarrheal infections and 1 in 5 respiratory illnesses, including the flu, and even minor illnesses such as your common cold. So, also, it's important to note that it's best to wash your hands throughout the day just to prevent the spread, but especially when you're preparing or eating food, or after using the bathroom, or after sneezing, coughing, and blowing your nose, just to name a few. So, what is social cognitive theory? Well, a man by the name of Albert Bandura proposed a theory that states that there's an interrelated relationship between one's environment, skills, and self-efficacy, and personal characteristics that drive human behavior, as shown in this illustration. So in order for a child to perform the behavior, it's important for them to be educated. I mean, what are germs? How do I get them? A child's favorite question: why? What happens if I don't wash my hands? Why is it good that I do wash my hands? Is it because you said so? Well, let's take a look at a germ's journey. A germ's journey can be compared to something that a child may be able to understand, such as riding the school bus. So, starting at the beginning, starting at school, objects such as toys or seats or doorknobs are examples of high contact items where others could have touched, sat on, etc. And after coming into contact with these contaminated items, the bacteria kind of latches on and is then picked up by the hands or the bus to help transport the germ. Well, from there, all a child has to do is touch portals, such as their mouth, nose, and eyes, with unclean hands, which serve as entry points into the body and kind of like checking in with the bus driver before you get on the bus. Finally, the germs arrive and settle in their new home and make themselves comfortable. And after all that travel, they just tear up the house with toys, making the body sick. Invasion. We also want to build the skills necessary to be able to carry out the task properly. This is what you do, and this is how you do it. So proper hand washing techniques are wetting your hands with clean running water, then rubbing your hands together, creating a lather, scrubbing your hands for at least 20 seconds, rinsing your hands under clean running water, and then drying them with a clean towel or an air dryer. But we also want to keep in mind the resources that are available, like can the child reach the sink comfortably? Are there clean towels available for drying? Is there even soap and water available? If not, it's recommended to use an alcohol-based sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. So the expectations that a child could learn is that germs are everywhere. I could carry them on my hands, which could make me sick if I don't wash them. And when I do wash, the germs go down the drain with the soap and water. For observational learning, this can be a parent or a guardian, older sibling, or even a teacher giving a proper demonstration on how to do it, and even letting the child try for themselves instead of just simply watching. So as the child is performing the behavior, the parent can then also give the child reminders such as make sure to wash all parts of your hands and in between the fingers and covering around your wrists, under your fingernails where germs like to hide. And also for reinforcement, the parent can also give praise when the child does the technique in full correctly. And you could even make it fun by coming up with acronyms or rhymes or songs so that they can remember the steps. In fact, a common and fun tactic is to sing the happy birthday song twice or the ABCs once to account for the length of time that the child should be scrubbing their hands. So for this application video, I thought that this video was just the cutest thing. And notice how the physician educates and models and even has them sing a very catchy song that y'all will be singing later for the kids to remember how to wash their hands. So let's just take a look.
Tops and bottoms, tops and bottoms, in between.
It's very important for us to make sure that we're teaching children how to properly wash their hands. This is a time of the year where there's many viruses going around, including the flu and many cold viruses, and as well as everybody's heard this novel coronavirus. And with children, a lot of them are probably, if they do have it or do get it, are probably very mild in their symptoms. They may have a cold or just a mild cough and they don't get very ill. But that doesn't mean they can't spread germs.
Okay, now you guys ready to sing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tops and bottoms, tops and bottoms, in between. Scrub them all together, till they're clean, squeaky clean.
All right, now guys, go ahead and put them in there. Now dry them, wash them off, and go ahead and sing again.
Tops and bottoms, tops and bottoms.
It is important for us to think about our children during these times of uncertainty. So you want to make sure your children are informed. So the first thing to do is listen to them so that you can understand their concerns and give them the appropriate information. The second thing is to remember that you don't need to have all the answers. It is okay to say, I don't know. But you do want to give your kids information, and you want to do it in a very calm way. The last thing is to make sure that you use calming techniques for them if they're experiencing anxiety. Some things that we like to do are breathing techniques, such as where you're taking deep breaths. One of my favorites is 1, 2, 3, taking in a deep breath and saying, I'm taking care of me.
Till they're clean, squeaky clean.
To wrap up, just because we cannot visibly see the germs on our hands does not necessarily mean that they are not there. Germs are all around us, but let's do our best and do our part to ensure that we're not accidentally infecting ourselves and are educating our youth early so that they can also build this life skill. In addition to that, this year's Global Hand Washing Day on October 15th every year, their goal is just to promote the awareness of why hand washing is so important and just to serve as a reminder both to our global and our local communities. It's easy, it doesn't cost much to do. So let's all just do our part. Well, that's all I have for today, but I'd love to hear from you all. Feel free to continue this conversation in the comments. And until next time.